Hey, what's going on? This is Steven Summers here from MarketplaceSuperheroes.com, as well as FitProEntourage.com and many other businesses. And the reason I'm able to sit here today and speak to you about these different companies is because of my relationship with someone called David Schloss. Now, before I get into a success story, testimonial, whatever the hell you want to call this, let me give you some background about how David and I met. So it was maybe 4 or 5 years ago. We were at a marketing event in Florida, and I saw this guy sitting in the same row I was sitting in, which was the row where people who didn't have a lot of money sat. And he was sitting there, he was taking notes, and something about him just called to me. So I started speaking to this guy, got to know him a little better, and introduced myself. I was on vacation from Ireland trying to learn how this whole internet thing worked in terms of how to blow it up even bigger, right? And so met this guy, get chatting to him, and it turns out he said to me, I stopped buying products, Stephen. What I do now is I learn from the best. I actually have coaches and mentors who I invest in. And I thought this guy's really interesting. Most people, even back then and still to this day, they really don't invest anything in mentors or actual coaching, really. They buy a couple of products and they say they're a Facebook expert or whatever. But this guy was very different. And so I got to know him better over the event, and I went back home and did my whole thing, grew Marketplace Superheroes to the point where it needed more scalable Facebook traffic. So who did I reach out to? But of course, David Schloss. I got to get him involved in our business. And, honestly, pretty much right away, the ads began working, just straight away, boom. And so we were in a situation where we're doing live webinars, and every single week we were getting really, really qualified prospects to our webinar thanks to our Facebook advertising. And within, a year, our business had blown up into the 7-figure level. And now we're here, a few years later at this point after, getting to know David and then eventually having to run our initial ads. And some of our ads are running with David now, just an ad like running for 2 years, still making us money to this day. I mean, most Facebook advertisers out there, they can't say that. And I can't guarantee that's going to be your experience. But what I can tell you is that, the reason now Marketplace Superheroes is a multi-million-dollar business and has customers all over the world who are awesome is in large part down to my relationship with David. And he has helped us generate, honestly, multiple 7 figures in our business. He's someone I highly recommend you work with. He's got very high integrity. He's someone who will actually go the extra mile for you. And so, make sure you work with David. He's an awesome guy, good friend of mine. I hope to work with him well into the future as well in our businesses that we're growing, because we're growing now multiple companies at this point. So look, I hope this video was helpful. Whatever you do, just get involved with this guy and you won't be sorry. So that's all I got for you. So work with David. Peace out. See ya.